If you're dreaming of designing the perfect baby nursery for your little one, but feel a little lost and overwhelmed with where to start, what's actually needed, and how to pull the idea in your head into a cohesive room, then this is the podcast for you. Welcome to How to Design Your Baby Nursery, a limited series podcast where we walk through the exact step-by-step process you need to move through to transform your Pinterest vision board into the perfect baby nursery reality. Congratulations! You've made it to the end of How to Design Your Perfect Baby Nursery. I know that was a lot to take in and probably feels really overwhelming. And while it definitely answered the question of where do I start and what is actually needed in a nursery space, I want to make sure that the timeline and steps for this process is fully transparent so that you can move through the design dance with confidence, ease, and way less pressure. So I'm going to map out what an ideal and typical timeline would look like and where you would be at in the design process for each week. The ideal timeframe for planning out the needs for your baby should be about 4 weeks. Now, this can be done in less time. It can also be done in more time. It all depends on where you're at, how much time you have to dedicate and commit to this process, and how much energy you have in your pregnancy. Week 1 is where we start and is where we dive into the needs of the room and creating our priority list. We really get a good understanding of the room's in and outs, what's working, what's not working, and what we think our ideal solution may be. We also start the sketch process and capture the dimensions of the room and then create a floor plan to scale either by hand or in a computer program. Week 2 is when the fun design part starts to take shape. We take the floor plan to scale and we start playing around with the room layout using common dimensions of actual pieces that we could potentially use in the room. And we really review the room layout and configuration for proper flow and relationships between the baby zones and functions. We also start the design process and dive into color, decor, and lighting options and considerations and start creating our vision board and design direction for the room. Week 3 is when we take a more critical eye and we step backwards and really assess our numbers to know how much it's all going to cost. We pull together the priority list we've created and we start to populate our Excel file with actual numbers. This is also when the baby registry should be completed by and must have items labeled so that an accurate budget value can be determined. We review our idle budget goals, how much money is needed and potentially committed for baby needs, and then we reevaluate the design goals and aspirations for the nursery direction. This week may be the most difficult because it's a real-life snapshot of what we can realistically afford versus our wishes and desires, and then making some difficult decisions on what it will look like from a design side. Week 4 is when the design massaging really takes place. We buckle down and we make decisions on the actual products that we would be purchasing, but before we make any financial commitments, we're moving through that 3-step process. Verifying the look and feel against the design direction, checking the size to make sure it fits in our layout and floor plan, and then checking the budget to make sure it fits within our cost goals for that item. This is also when the design decisions and specific products are reviewed against the design hazards and considerations to make sure that the selections we are choosing are the most optimal and will not cause any intentional harm. This is the last episode of my limited series, and I really want to thank you for spending all of this time with me. And if you're looking for some more support and direction to get your nursery design direction nailed down with ease, I invite you to snag my specific nursery designs resources and templates. Inside, you'll get 5 Canva design templates for drag and drop perfection, the ultimate nursery design toolkit fitted out with all the nursery essentials at 3 different price points, my personal budget and baby planning toolkit to help you map out your costs and to-do list, and the most detailed baby registry you'll ever find online. Head on over to gabriellamilgrom.co/nursery resources and make this baby planning experience a breeze. I love to see all the designs that you come up with and can't wait to see your beautiful nursery spaces take shape. Tag me throughout your own nursery design journey on Instagram at gabriellamilgrom.co so that I can share the love. Thanks for listening. Make sure you grab your workbook for additional design prompts, questions, and video trainings. Head on over to gabriellamilgrom.co/nursery to grab your copy.